What's good, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As today, we got some AFC West news that we need to dive into. But before we dive into any of that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, as I will be the only Kansas City Chiefs channel to give you daily content throughout the week, throughout the off season, and throughout the regular season that you do not want to miss out on. Now, like I said, we got some news we need to dive into, so let's get right into it. So let's get into the light work, kind of the small news. But KC fans, they were hoping they could have got him, but the LA Chargers re-signed Mike Williams to a 3-year, $60 million contract. Now, why do I bring this up? For two reasons. One, it's very unfortunate he's going back to LA because he always performs well against KC. He's one of their key components, one of their key weapons, but also smart for the Chargers as well because lock down someone who has been effective for you definitely last year. Now we can say, was that just a contract year where he decided to ball out, and will he come back down to reality? Because we always say contract year is undefeated, and Mike Williams proved that too. When players get paid, they can be different. When they're trying to get paid, they definitely play to a higher standard. So we will wait and see definitely next year and the years to come if Mike Williams can perform at the level that he's been doing. But also, KC was rumored to get Mike Williams if he was hit the free agent market. And I think that's why the Chargers wanted to get this done before free agency happened. Because another two things. One, they didn't really want to tag Mike Williams, but if they had to, they were going to. The reason you don't want to tag a Mike Williams, definitely for 1 year, that 1 year tag is around $19 million. That is way too rich for anyone's blood for Mike Williams, definitely for 1 year. So the Chargers didn't want to be put in that situation, but they did announce yesterday that if they had to, they would do it. And they probably would have. But that's why they try to hammer out a deal for a long-term extension, and that's what they did. Even though this contract is around, I want to say, what, 19, 20 million a year? I'll have the numbers up there so you guys can see it. We know how contracts work. When it's the early part of the years in the contract, they're cheaper. So this will help effectively with the Chargers moving forward. And also, it's good for the Chargers. That's unfortunate for KC because they'll keep their receiving core intact with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. They'll probably try to grab a tight end this free agency. So they're trying to but mold everything back together and try to compete and get themselves over that hump to get in the playoffs. And that's what the Chargers need to do because the Chargers should be a playoff team. They're one of the teams that surprise how offensive firepower they load, and the defense, they should be good, but they struggle throughout the season, so they're going to have to learn how to readjust that too. But they're going to be coming for KC, and also who will be coming for them? The Denver Broncos. We always talk about the Denver Broncos as they are a quarterback away. They got a complete team. They got a good defense. They got the receivers. They got the running back. They had the tight end. They believe in a guy who I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to give it a shot, but apparently he's an underrated player we got to keep our eyes out for. And they just gave the house. They gave your mama. They gave your daddy away to go pick up Russ Wilson. And we knew they were in the quarterback market. We just thought it was a different quarterback, and it was Aaron Rodgers. But when Aaron Rodgers broke his news this morning, which we don't know the complete reports on it, but it was reported he's going back to Green Bay. That is true. Now, there was a contract report that was for 4 years, $200 million. So that just lets you know, Denver, out the waters, out the gates, but I thought maybe they'd go for a Jordan Love. You just knew they weren't going to run it back with a Teddy B or a Drew Lock. They've done that for multiple seasons. They need to compete. They know they have the rosters where they can compete. So they knew they needed a quarterback. Everyone always says they're a quarterback away. So literally a couple hours after that Aaron Rodgers news broke, Denver breaks its own news. Trading for Russ Wilson. I'll have the description of the trade, details of this trade on the screen, but it's a lot. It's like 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, I think a 5th-round pick, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, and then to receive Russ Wilson and Seattle's 4th-round pick. People may say it's a lot. I honestly don't. Definitely when you need a franchise QB, I don't care if Russell Wilson's 33 years old. He's one of the best. He's proven he's elite. Definitely when healthy, and that's another thing too. He looked like he was coming back from his injured thumb. He already had the surgery. He looked like he was coming back to his own. It's just Seattle, they had a lot of dysfunction last year, and you could tell that was their first off year in a while, so it's time for them to do a rebuild, and they're already in the middle of doing that too with releasing Bobby Wagner, and that could be interesting for KC too. He might be cost a lot, but I might have to throw Casey's name in there. You know I'm going to throw Casey's name in any free agent, definitely that high up, but just imagine a Bobby Wagner, a Nick Bolton, and a Willie Gay. That's a scary linebacking core. Do I think it's going to happen? No, because he'll probably command high dollars at $17 million plus still, because even though he's older, he's still very productive. Someone will throw him that money. I just don't think it'll be KC. I just want to get that quick take. But also, too, if Seattle's rebuilding, I mentioned it. KC, get on them phones. They got a couple of wide receivers that are a little bit interesting. And a DK Metcalf and a Tyler Lockett. I know you fans are so intrigued with DK Metcalf, but I think Tyler Lockett is a better fit. I'll have a video coming in for that tomorrow. I just had to give you a quick sneak peek on that because those are two big name receivers. And I know you guys are going to go in on me being like, damn, he just talked about receivers. Like I said, KC, they're an offensive first-minded team, so I'm going to focus on how they're going to focus. Do I believe they'll adjust this defense? Yes. But KC, the way they win is offense, and you can't change me while Andy Reid is the coach that they're going to go any other way. Do I believe they'll adjust the defense like I mentioned? Yes. What helps more? What I'm going to keep preaching for more? J.C. Jackson. Now you got Russ Wilson in there. I said if they brought Aaron Rodgers, J.C. Jackson's a for sure thing coming to KC. Russ Wilson ain't no different. We need a cornerback out there. We need veterans out there. We need skill players. J.C. Jackson, come bring your interceptions to KC. We need you picking off Herbert, Wilson, and Carr to keep this defense afloat because this is going to be interesting. This is why free agency is so fun. The twists and turns keep happening every day, and you just don't know what to do about it. But also, too, how much closer did Denver get to KC today? And let's mention LA, too. Now, LA, they just need, I guess, more experience, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I don't even know what I was looking for, but they need more years under their belt and more maturity to get themselves into the playoffs, which every year helps. They'll learn, they'll do better, and I believe they're a playoff team. Now, here's the thing. You got KC, you got Denver, and you got LA. How would I rank them? This is interesting. It really is. It's like really how you view it because it can go either way because everyone's got to play everyone so effectively, and I know I'm excluding the Raiders, and I don't mean it with no disrespect whatsoever. It's just Derek Carr, he is a good quarterback. I'm not going to take nothing away from him. He proved himself a lot last year. He gained my respect definitely from years past when I thought he was definitely below low-tier, mediocre quarterback. He definitely upped himself, and I got more respect from him. But I can't put him in the class like a Mahomes, Herbert, or Russ Wilson. That's how it is. But if I had to compare roster for roster, it's interesting. It's just like how the cookie crumbles. It literally is because I'm going to base it just injury-free. I do think KC would still be your top favorite. I'm not saying that just as a fan because this can go either way. Like KC could be 1, they could be 3 in the division. That's how tough this division is going to be. This is definitely the best division in football. But I still think it will work out. KC 1, I think Chargers do take a leap into 2, and I think Denver is 3. The reason I find it so interesting is because an offseason is not here, so we'll be doing a lot of adjusting throughout. But, see, that's where I have trouble. I think still that the Chargers are better offensively than Denver is. Denver's got the weapons. They got a Jerry Jeudy, a Cortland Sutton, and Tim Patrick, and I might put Denver at 2, and a Javonte Williams. But let's not discredit what LA has. LA has Herbert. They got Keenan Allen. They got Mike Williams. They got Josh Palmer. They're very loaded too. These games are going to be so interesting. And then people will be like, well, why are you putting KC ahead? It's just for the main factor. It's Mahomes. Like, they all got offensive power, offensive weapons too. Like, we got Hill, Kelsey, and then, actually, I probably got to say, the other 2 probably got more weapons. I'm just going to be realistic. But that's why I feel like KC's going to focus on offense because that's how they win games. And they know they're falling a little short on the offense side of the ball compared to the other teams in this division. Yes, defense will be focused on, but they want to see that 2019 offense clicking because that's what actually got them in the Super Bowl, and the defense came in at the right time and clutched it down. So it's going to be interesting to see moving forward because That's actually kind of scary. Like I said, KC can be 1 or all the way down to 3 because I actually like a complete roster right now of a Chargers, of a Broncos, just because they're stacked. I don't want to say stacked, but I think on paper they got a better roster. Definitely both on defense side of the ball, they've got more key components, and most of KC's players on defense, they're free agents, so you do not know what's going to happen. Now, that's why I say they'll bring players in. KC's just not going to sit on their hands and be like, oh, we ain't doing shit, we're waiting for draft. If they do that, we might have to be really concerned for what's about to happen. That's why I think they're going to be aggressive. KC knows a window can close so quickly, but you can open that thing wide up, and that's why this is going to be interesting. And just the whole AFC in general, like, if Mahomes happens to go to another AFC championship next year or even a Super Bowl, to get through the AFC is so crazy. Like, literally, there's only one top-tier quarterback in the NFC. I'm just going to say it's Aaron Rodgers. And then you go down, I would say level 2, which is your Matthew Stafford, your Kyler Murray's, and is that it? Like, I'm sorry if I'm disrespecting anyone on the NFC. And then you go to the AFC. The only division is better than the whole NFC when you got Wilson, Herbert, Mahomes. Let's throw in a Lamar Jackson. Let's throw in a Josh Allen. I'm missing people. I know I am. That's how crazy it is in the AFC. This is going to be fun to see, but I'm going to close off this video because I'm tired of talking about the Chargers. I'm tired of talking about the Broncos. I need the Chiefs to make some news. I think it's still too soon, honestly, because we're not in that point, but I'll probably have a video when Frank Clark gets released, when Tyreek Hill's extension comes. That is in the future, you guys. I just think it'll be more closer to when free agency is about to kick off, because that's just how it moves. That's how it rolls. It honestly might happen even when free agency is upon us. But let me know down in the comments below. Definitely these moves got these teams closer, but didn't surpass the Chiefs. Are the Chargers now better than the Chiefs? Are the Broncos now better than the Chiefs? Are they the ones ready to take the crown away from them? You let me know in the comments down below, or do you think the Chiefs will rank superior? And with that, do subscribe to the channel. Do like this video. I am checking out.